Sorry. Let's start. Okay. Cool. You can come with front. Right. Okay, let's begin. Everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone. And today too, before we start, let me do the same wish. May this session also bring you at least little inner peace and little inner happiness. So with that wish, I would like to begin. And I'm always I'm also always thankful for everyone's presence here. So to do bad actions, you don't need much influence. You can easily do that. But to do good things, you have to fight hard with yourself. Why? For a long time, so we have given space for our negativities to thrive. Therefore, so they are easily, so they can easily mend us. But to cultivate positive emotions, right, positivity within, so we have not done it much. That's why we can easily lose the track, right? So therefore, that's why I'm thankful and I appreciate everyone's presence. So that's a wonderful thing to see. And today too, as usual, we are going to practice the breathing meditation. All students will practice the second step of breathing meditation, and new students will practice the first step of breathing meditation. So there are a few students who are joining newly. So for them, I would like to remind again the first step of breathing meditation. So during the first step of breathing meditation, what you do is you pay your entire attention to the natural, normal, bare breath of you. So instead of forcibly changing it, you let it come in, you let it go out. And your job is just to observe the breath with a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with a very diligent, very attentive mind, right? Developing patience, inner calmness, inner happiness, and peace. That's what the students have to do. Then you are instructed not to go with the breath all the way. Instead, so please stop your observation at the end of your nostril. So there is an end of your nostrils. So there is an end to our nostril. So please stop your observation at the end of your nostrils. So when the breath is coming out, so don't observe it so until it stays inside your stomach. Whenever it's returning, while it's returning, it will touch the very same area, the end of your nostril. Starting from that point, observe the outgoing breath until it vanishes. So let it come, be aware. When it is going, please be aware. Right now I am experiencing an incoming breath. Right now I am experiencing an outgoing breath. And please observe it as it is. So normal, natural breath as it is. And at the same time, so don't give any special, don't treat any breath special. There'll be certain breaths that you will experience. So they will be soft, right? So, and there'll be certain other breaths which will be gross. And when you start developing in the practice, you will start experiencing breaths that you cannot easily catch, right? So very shortly breaths. So whatever the breaths, kinds of breaths that you are going to experience, don't give them any special treatment. So let them come, let them go as it is naturally. Be aware, right now I am experiencing a gross breath. Right now I am experiencing a soft breath. Right now I am experiencing a short breath. If it is long, let it be so. Don't try to make it short. So let it be so. Be aware. Right now, my breath, it is long. If it is short, let it be so. Please be aware about it as it is. Right? And then that's how, so your practice. Try to maintain your focus. Try to maintain your attention continuously with your breath without letting the mind to wander. Right? So then gradually you will start developing concentration. With the concentration, you will start feeling inner peace. You will start feeling inner happiness, right? Then, so that will open the door for so many positivities to develop, right? So, like that, please start practicing. And then all students, they were requested to they were requested to restrict the observation up to the triangular area. When the breath is coming in, they were kindly requested to observe the touch of the breath. The touch of the breath. Whenever the breath is going out, again the breath will touch this triangular area. You have to wait very patiently until it comes back. Whenever it touches, you have to be fully aware that right now my breath, it is going out, it is touching my triangular area. So, right, triangular area, which is below the nostrils and above the upper lip. So, this area. And just keep on being aware about the touch of the breath. Touch of the breath. So, later on, the advanced students, so they can use this whenever you recognize your negative emotions rise. Whenever you notice the rise of negative emotions inside you, you can use this. So whenever you start focusing on the touch of the breath, so naturally you're bound to calm down. And the energy level of those negativities, so they'll go down too. You'll be able to. So therefore, those negative emotions won't be able to overpower, right? So we have negativities. Whenever you don't, you don't see them rising, right? What will happen is suddenly they'll explode. So life is just like walking on a field where so many bombs are planted, right? If you don't pay attention, you'll you will step on a ground bone, right? Mine, right? Mine. And then, so whenever you take your leg out, so there'll be an explode. And that explode, not only it will affect you, it will affect all the other people who will be around. So you have to be very careful. Life is a minefield, right? So then not to step on those mines, what you need is mindfulness. What you need is awareness, moment to moment awareness, right? So instead of being remorseful about the past, right? Instead of being fearful about the future, you have to focus on now, right? You are fortunate to have this moment. Who knows what will happen tomorrow, in the next moment? So you have to appreciate and focus and be happy about this moment, right? So then, so please try to maintain your awareness, your mindfulness from moment to moment, and think about the life as a which field? Minefield code. Right. Then, right. So, in such kind of moments, whenever you have stepped on the mine, so this will help you to reduce the blast. So sometimes, so so the armies, so they have certain tactics, right? Whenever so you explore, whenever you step on the mine, so you so in Sri Lanka we had a war for 30 years, so we know about these things a bit. So when you are not supposed to take your leg out, so until the so soldiers who make it neutralize come for your rescue, then they take the detonators out, right? And then it won't explode. So you are saved. Until then, you have to be patient. You have to keep your leg on the top of the mine, right? So just like that, whenever negative situations rise, you have to be aware and you have to so take care of it. So you have to neutralize that mind with mindfulness, right? That's what you have to do. Then so then you have to understand that our main intention is not, we practice this meditation not to go to heaven, right? We practice this meditation practice to come out of our daily suffering, constant suffering, right? We have a constant suffering, so that we suffer because of our negativities throughout the life. So we have to understand, we practice ardently to come out of our constant suffering. Keeping that in mind, you have to work hard very diligently. And at the same time, so please don't let your practice not to discontinue more than 2 days. If you discontinue it for more than 2 days, so there is a bigger chance for you to lose it, right? So therefore, make sure not to discontinue it more than 2 days. So that's not something that I say. It's a saying of a so it's a finding of a psychologist. I think I taught you it already. When I was in Sri Lanka, I think I already taught you. Right. So before we start our silent meditation, I teach you certain things that you have to develop as meditators in your day-to-day life. Right. So I already taught you about the how to create certain things that you need to practice as a human being to so make your family I mean, to have a good peaceful background. So to create a peaceful background which can help your meditation to grow, right? So there are various kinds of relationships in life. Relationship of a husband towards so husband and wife relationship. So we began with that, and I already told you about the duties of a husband towards the wife, and wife towards the husband. And then parents, I taught you. So according to Buddha, I taught you the duties of the parents towards the children, children towards the parents. And then after that, I taught you about the duties of friends towards the friends, right? And then today I'm going to teach you about the duties of a, so in this world we work to live. There are workplaces. So in workplaces, we have to maintain a good relationship, the employer and the employee, or the senior officials with the junior officials. So senior workers with the junior workers, they have to maintain a good relationship. If they don't have a good relationship, then again that will cause the loss of peace of mind, right? So in brief, I will teach you the 5 duties of a senior employee, or a uh, so we call them the boss, right, of a leader of a group towards the junior employees, or the other workers, right, the other employees. So please write them down very fast, right? Number 1 is, first duty of employees is employers towards the employees is, number 1, providing fair wages. That's number 1. Providing fair wages. That means paying employees a just and reasonable salary for their work, right? So not only you get work from the other people, as a good employer, we have to pay, right, a fair wage for the people who work for you. That's number 1. So then number 2, suitable tasks. So whenever you assign tasks, you have to recognize people according to their characters. All are not the same. At a workplace, all are not the same, right? So therefore, what we should do is, if you are a senior employer, or if you are an employer or senior official, right, officer, or senior manager, then when you give tasks to the junior workers, what you should do is, so you have to assign the task to those people, understanding their capabilities and incapabilities. That's very important. If not, if you give difficult tasks for the people who are incapable of doing it, not only it will take time, the deed that you want to get done, you won't get the best results that you expect. So number 3, respectful treatment. That's number 3. So showing respect and consideration towards employees. So that's number 3. For an example, when they are sick, so you have to be considerate, you have to be compassionate, right? So if possible, you have to provide, you have to donate money or medications or such kind of things for them, for their well-being, for their recovery, right? So that's number 3, respectful treatment. Number 4, work-life balance, right? Work-life balance. Providing reasonable breaks and time offs when needed, right? Whenever they need time offs or intervals, we have to provide, right? Nobody can work constantly, right? So we have to be lenient, right? We have to provide them reasonable time offs and breaks. Number 5, positive work environment. We should try to create a positive work environment. So provide fostering a workplace fostering a workplace culture that promotes harmony and well-being. That's what it means, right? So for an example, so you have to admire the other workers, junior workers achievements, milestones, right? So you have to be happy and you have to admire that, right? So even at home, admiration is very important, right? So if you don't appreciate, if you don't admire what the other people do, so they don't feel welcome, then that will cause conflicts inside the workplace, right? So therefore, to make them feel welcome, what you should do is you have to appreciate, right? So, and whenever they whenever they have their birthdays, you have to greet. You should not stay just like some kind of unknown person who know nothing, right? So you have to greet, and then whenever they achieve a milestone or promotion or something like that, you have to be happy and congratulate. And at the same time, whenever you can, such kind of people should provide special food, right? So special food. By doing such kind of things, you have to admire them. That's the 5th duty of a boss or a senior officer, right? Or a employer towards the employees. In the next week, I'll teach you about the duties of employees towards the employer, right? So this will, if you are such kind of person, so practicing these 5 qualities, right? So that will help you to have a very good working environment. That will help you to maintain peace of mind. You will be able to convert that peace of mind. I know some of you are already senior, managers in certain companies, but I'm not going to tell their names. So somehow, and some of you have your own companies too. So somehow, when you apply these things, so they are going to work for you with diligence and with happiness. They'll be contented with working with you. And then that will help you to gain prosperity and success in your business and in the work. So if you are a senior manager, that will help you to achieve your tasks faster, right? So please do like that. Then in the next week, I'll teach you the duties of an employee towards the employers, right? Right. Now, everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Making the posture. Now let's get ready to start today's silent meditation. Before that, as usual, I will pay sincere respect and gratitude towards the Buddha. And after that, we'll start today's silent meditation. Calm down and please concentrate. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Viññācarene sampanno sungato lokamido Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangdittiko akaliko Ehi pasiko panaiko Pachatang veditammo Viññohiti Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggalam Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Nakineyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyaketang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a very patient, peaceful mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are a new student, please start practicing the first step of breathing meditation. Keep on observing the normal, natural incoming and outgoing breath. If you are an old student, please keep practicing the second step of breathing meditation. Whatever the meditation technique that you are practicing that you are going to practice right now, may your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Right now. Now, if your legs are paining, you can change your posture, but please keep your eyes closed. When you are practicing meditation, while you are practicing meditation, please keep your eyes closed. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Relax. First, let's spread our loving kindness towards ourselves first. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Please think, may my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people are the people who are not your friends, at the same time, enemies. Let's spread our loving kindness towards the neutral people. May all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people, the people in the middle. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies. We all have negativities. Certain people are fortunate enough to have good teachers, good friends, good guides, good spiritual leaders around them. Therefore, they have developed the ability, because of their influence, they have developed the ability. So, not to, so they have developed the ability to control their negative emotions. But all are not fortunate like that. There are so many people who didn't get that chance. Because of their negativities, sometimes people do wrong actions. But clinging to them and develop grudges towards that is not healthy. So it's not relieving for you. And it destroys your mental peace. Therefore, forgive the past and forgive for the mistakes mentally and spread loving kindness towards the enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards your enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Not only we are going to think about all the beings, not only human beings, we are going to think about all kinds of animals, all kinds of visible and invisible beings, all the beings. Let's wish. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Towards all the beings in the world. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards all beings. All beings. Bhavattu sabbe mangalang rakantu sabbe devata samme buddhanubhavine samme dhammanubhavine samme sanganubhavine sada sutti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, I think you might have had a very good silent meditation session. Hope you could concentrate and at least you could at least develop a little peace, little happiness inside. That is the most important thing. Whenever you come to the temple, please drop off all kinds of all kinds of other problems. So in front of the gate. So you might have workplace problems, family problems, and various kinds of problems. If you come inside with all those stuff, then you are not going to be able to focus. So therefore, whenever you come, so please drop off. So all such kind of problems in front of the temple gate, right? Whenever you enter the temple, please enter the temple. So with the relaxed mind, empty mind, as much create an empty mind as much as possible, and come in as a person who is completely fresh, who is not related to anything. At least for 1.5 hours, feel the freedom. Whenever you go out from the gate, once again, pack them up and go. But whenever you come inside, drop them off and come. Okay. So every day we give 2 minutes after the silent meditation session. So I forgot it during the last 2 weeks. So if you really want, you can have that break of 2 minutes. So if not, those who don't, so please sit quietly. We are going to start the question and answer session after that, right? So please get ready. Everyone, please get ready. Right. Mr. Bus, so Mr. Elliot, right. You can unmute. Very nice. Nice. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, right.
I've been sick, so.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Bus. Yeah. Right, everyone. Please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So today is your day. All the other days are my days, but question and answer days are your days. You plan those, so these sessions. So every uh, so so after every few sessions, so we have one question and answer session for the convenience of all the students, right? So at such times you can present all kinds of problems that so not big philosophical such kind of problems. I mean problems that you have which are related to the meditation. So you can present on these kinds of days. That's what we are going to start as usual. So we have a lot of students. So therefore, so please try to present your question so clear as well as clearly and briefly. So as much as possible. Right. We are going to start. So let's start with call. Do I have to have a question? No, if you don't have a question, that's fine. Right. So, Sriyash Bhaiya, do you have any question?
Okay, I have a question. As I practice more meditation, and sometimes it's going really well, sometimes it doesn't. The thoughts come and go. Am I fighting the thoughts or am I just observing the thoughts? What should I do? One. And as I keep practicing, will they disappear or will they always be there and I'll just detach?
So, Sriyash Bhaiya, so this is the thing. Those thoughts, so if you go to fight, then what will happen is they'll get multiplied. So you have to observe them. For an example, so if you have a thought of anger, you have to understand the thought of anger has arisen. And when it has arisen, you have to realize this thought, it is not everlasting. It's impermanent and changing. So let me see how long this lasts. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to go, you go. Right now, my focus is on my breath. So let me focus on this. Then, whenever you are focusing, giving importance to your breath, and whenever you keep on, so whenever you begin to focus on your breath, then what will happen is the energy level of that thought of anger will start to reduce, and finally it will disappear. But that is not the end. Another thought will arise. So happy thoughts will come. So, and sometimes you will feel happy, you will develop happy thoughts, unhappy thoughts, comfortable thoughts, uncomfortable thoughts, and then lusty thoughts, unlusty thoughts. So like that, Buddha have categorized them in various ways. So somehow, whenever they arise, we have to be aware. And then noting them, then again you have to focus on your meditation practice. Then gradually the energy level will go down, go down, go down. And since you don't feed them, then since you don't welcome them, so into your mind and heart, they'll go away. It is just like this. So, so a guest comes to your home. You welcome that person, ask that person to come in and invite that person to sit, and you bring some kind of fruit juice. You ask, do you like fruit juice or tea or coffee or something like that? And then, and then you start conversing with that person. And so, then that person feels welcome. So that person starts to interact with you, right? And there's another person unknown person who has come to your door. So you don't welcome that person. You don't even smile, no saying hi, nothing. So you just ignore. Then that person feels that he or she is not welcome. So that person don't like to stay. So he or she will go. That's what happens. It's up to you whether to welcome those guests inside or not. Your job is to do whatever you are doing, practicing, so developing concentration by focusing on your meditation object, right? Let them come, let them go. Keep on doing. Keep working hard. Good question. Yes. Then Mr. Tim.
I have a question for you.
All right. Thank you so much. May all the good happen to you. And Mr. Jordan is there. Do you have any question?
I don't have any questions now.
Oh, right. Okay. Very nice. Namal, do you have any question? Okay. So out of 5 students in person that I asked, so 4 of them don't have questions. Let me check whether we have questions from online students. So, Mr. Elliot, do you have any question?
No, no questions, Bhante, but thank you.
Right. So that means most of the students are enlightened now. Just kidding. Just kidding. Right. So, Mr. Bus, do you have any question? Mr. Bus? Mr. Michael? Right. Right. Mrs. Jain, do you have any question? Right. Ms. Jain, can you hear me?
Hi. No, I don't have any question. Thank you, Bande. Thank you.
All the good happened to you. So, right. Yeah, Kai, do you have any question? Kai? So, no, all right. So, all are unmuted. All can unmute. Right.
Hello.
Kai? Yes, Kai?
Hi.
Hi, Kai. So,
Hello.
so nice to hear a voice from Sri Lanka.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yes. Yes, Kai? Do you have any question? Oh,
Yeah, I'm wondering if you could, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your experience with pain in meditation.
All right. So pain in meditation. Oh, I have a lot of experiences. So, so somehow, so it is something that you have to deal. So, so if you cannot overcome that, so, um, so you know, so all kinds of these physical sensations, they are connected with your mind. So even the pain, it is the same. So all kinds of past sankharas that you have piled up inside your mind. So sometimes when you are practicing meditation, they go out as pain, right? So physical pain. So if you don't, so if you could develop some kind of a so balanced mind, then you let those past sankharas, certain negativities that we have developed. So we can't give names for all the negativities, but certain negativities that we have developed, so they go away. So they go away from our mind. So as pain. That's why after a very ardent meditation session, you feel very relaxed, very relaxed. So, uh, somehow, so it is a part of the practice. So, um, so pain can arise because of two reasons. One thing is physical discomfort because of staying on a posture for a long period of time. And at the same time, there are pains that arise because of past, so sankharas, past kind of, so karmic energies. So it can be positive karmic energies or negative karmic energies. Because of them too, they arise. When you go deeper in the practice, so then you see, then you experience it yourself. Then, so at the beginning, any new meditator cannot recognize it at once, but so we have to understand that it's a part of life, so part of the practice. And then whenever you develop in the practice, you can see, so whenever you are developed, you can see that so because of so after these long practices, so you see that your mind has developed deeper, so when very difficult situations arise in life, you see that earlier you couldn't face them with the balanced mind, but later on, after these kinds of ardent practices, you see that you face them with a better balanced mind, with a better calm mind than before, right? So it happens because of the equanimity, because of the balancedness that you have developed inside by facing so your physical pain, and there are mental torture too. All these things with bravery. So this is something which happens within. Did you understand, Kai?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a part of practice, right?
Hmm.
Wonderful. So fifth, online student, Mrs. Lees, do you have any question? Miss Lees? So can you unmute? So I have unmuted you all. Miss Lees, you want to talk? Can you hear me? Mr. Bus, do you have any question?
Yeah. The I get frustrated with myself sometimes because when I'm trying to meditate, my mind jumps around like it sees a squirrel, just wants to go chasing the squirrel, and I do try and return to the breath, focus on breath, whatever I'm focusing on. But I mean, how common if you've been doing this a long time, how common is your brain taking off right in the middle of meditation? And how do you get more focused on staying on task?
Right. I can understand what Mr. Bus said. So yeah. So again, uh, so we all have our own paces. I mean speeds in developing in the practice. So we have to accept who we are, what are capabilities. So accordingly, so if you have certain kind of so hard to concentrate minds, then we have to so give them small tasks. For an example, so for an example, so you have to determine somehow within this today's practice, I will concentrate my mind for about 3 seconds, right? Realistic task. Then after that, whenever you could concentrate for 3 seconds, then you have to give yourself a realistic task. So, so you have to determine, somehow I will try my best to concentrate for 6 seconds, right? So like that, so so you can multiply. So you can you can go deeper in the practice. So whenever you start feeling the solace, so deep peace, so within those very concentrated moments, then gradually you'll get used to it, and so you'll be able to focus. So you will be able to concentrate on the practice. So you can practice deeper concentration, deeper during the meditation. Somehow, still, if your mind is not even though if you feel like you even after giving these small tasks, you cannot fulfill them, then please use the the techniques that we have to practice before we start practicing. Before we start to practice sitting meditations, as I told you, for an example, walking meditation, and then after that numbering. So such kind of techniques, please use them. So somehow, Mr. Bas, different people have different speeds. So therefore, sometimes there are certain, even being Bhantes, there are certain Bhantes so who took a short time to attain the enlightenment, and there are certain Bhantes who took 20 years, 30 years, 40 years to reach that. Somehow we have to admire the small good moments, avoiding all kinds of unsuccessful moments, so that we couldn't concentrate. So since you were, and at the same time you have to appreciate those struggling moments too, thinking that the moments that I could concentrate, I could achieve them because I faced these, because I faced bravely the moments that I couldn't concentrate. So all those moments are important. So don't feel frustrated about yourself. So Mr. Bas, so keep working hard, right? But there'll be the moment that you expect, so that you can concentrate your mind well, right? Until then, keep on working ardently. Got it, Mr. Bas? Did you understand? All the good happened here, right? Right, okay. Then Mrs. Lace. Right, okay. Then let's go to the in-person students. Mrs. Kingu. Okay, right. Ms. Sushmita.
I just had one. I couldn't feel the touch of the breath here. I would feel it inside the nose.
All right. So then, so at such kind of moments, Ms. Sushmita, please go back to the first step and keep working on the first step, right? So whenever you could concentrate, then please start practicing the second step, right? So if you couldn't concentrate again, if you cannot feel the touch of the breath again, then please go back to the first step and restart. Okay, so please do like that. Mr. Kirian.
I'm curious about something, but it's not related to meditation. It's about the teachings. So I'll ask it really quickly, and if you want to come back to it, I can ask it. The 10 perfections that you taught us, the 10 paramitas, dana and sila, I noticed similarities between those and the Eightfold Path. And I was wondering, were these taught by the Buddha, or were they developed later, or they just derived from that Eightfold Path? I was curious about the origin.
Oh, right. So, yeah. So there are certain places where they were taught. So, I cannot exactly say that they are not from the original text, because so there had been 21,000 suttas. Among them, today we only have 18,000 plus suttas. So we have this description on the commentaries, and at the same time there are sources that we can find certain details about this in suttas too. So therefore, and they are described in certain Abhidhamma texts also. So in Vinaya text too, right? So therefore, there might have been certain suttas so which are lost, because those Bhantes who were memorizing them, they might have died during the 12-year long drought that Sri Lanka faced during the King Malagamba time. I'm talking about 5th and 6th century. So certain Bhantes passed away. So therefore, so there is such kind of a thing, but still, it is very important for the practice, right? So they are connected. So right, then Miss Fung, right? Very nice. So Shivanna, okay. So Miss Daniel, you also don't have, right? Miss Divya. So Parnika, right? Okay. Right. Then, Ram Bhaiya, do you have any question?
Today, no question, Bhante.
Oh, right. And Mr. Huad. Mr. Huad, can you hear me? Right. Mr. Huad?
Hi, Bhante. Good evening.
Hi. Very nice.
I don't have a question, but my mother does.
Oh, right. Mrs. Rita, how are you doing?
Hi, good evening.
Yes, how you're doing?
I'm
Good
doing
evening,
fine.
Mrs.
I hope
Rita.
you're doing well. I have trouble sleeping at night, and sometimes when I'm in bed and I'm lying down, I want to meditate lying down. I don't want to get out of bed, but I have a problem. I have even when I'm sitting up, I have a problem sometimes. I have a sinusitis, and it's hard
Yes.
for me to breathe sometimes. So I was wondering, what do I do at night? Well, at night, I cannot breathe through my nose when I'm laying down. And
So,
and I want to be able to meditate, and because that helps me go to sleep. It relaxes me. And then after I meditate, or even while I'm meditating, I fall fast asleep.
Ms. Rita, I think I already told you last time too. So please practice loving kindness meditation instead of breathing meditation when you are lying down.
Okay.
Right? So
to my mouth?
Yeah. So don't focus on your nose. Loving kindness meditation. So for an example, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful, and then so towards your parents, teachers, like
I was
that.
like frustrated because I do that,
Yes.
And then I don't feel the breath on when I can breathe in and breathe out very well while I'm sitting up, but I don't feel it like around the lip and stuff, like you say. I can't feel it there.
All right. So, when you practice loving kindness meditation, don't worry about the breath.
Okay.
So it's a separate meditation. So breathing meditation is separate. So when you are practicing loving kindness meditation, don't worry about the breathing meditation. Okay.
She was asking though, when she's sitting up, Bhante.
Yes.
And she's able to breathe through her nose at that point.
Yes.
Should she go back, as you were saying earlier to one of the other students, should she go back to the first step of breathing meditation?
Or when she cannot concentrate?
No, not concentrate. When she's not able to feel the breath in the triangle area.
Oh, right. Yes. So, Mrs. Rita, please go back once again to the first step and observe the normal, general breath once again for about 2-3 minutes. And if you couldn't concentrate, please come back and start practicing the second step again.
I don't have trouble concentrating, but my breath is on the upper part of my nose and when it goes out. When it
Oh,
comes
right.
out, it's on the upper part of my nose.
Oh, right. So somehow, Ms. Rita, so it is bound to touch this triangle area. So, so with a very patient mind, so with a very calm mind, giving your entire calmness, entire patience. So please keep observing. Then sometimes it's very subtle. So you will start to feel it. So please try this week and let me know.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Bhante.
Thank you.
May all the good happen to you, Ms. Rita. May all the good happen to you, Mr. Huat. Then Mrs. Sunita.
Yeah, I have a question. I
Yes.
am traveling in 2 weeks and I won't be able to come. So is there anything I can do when I am not here? And I might not have internet that time.
All right. So then please practice the same breathing meditation. So please keep on maintaining the practice. So in the morning, wherever you go, please make sure to practice breathing meditation for about 10 minutes. And after that, a few minutes, please practice for a few minutes. Please practice loving kindness meditation.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Morning and evening, wherever you go, wherever you stay. So make sure to do that.
Okay.
And whenever you come back, I think I already sent you the YouTube link. So whenever you get the internet, please go through the teachings and then write down the important facts that I taught on that week.
Okay. Thank
May
you.
all the good happen here. Safe travels, Ms. Sunita. Right. Ms. Lees. Right. Okay. Right. Right. That's the end of today's question and answer session. So since most of the students are enlightened, no, I'm just kidding. So they don't have questions. So somehow, don't worry. At the end of every session, so I give you some time to ask questions if you have any. So please don't be afraid. You can ask questions as always. Okay. So then for today, let's conclude. Everyone, please think. Together, all of us gathered here and practice this noble, non-sectarian, pure, universal meditation technique. And by that way, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all that positive energy, please think, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we be able to practice very ardently. And finally, eradicating all the negativities, developing all the positivities, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Everyone, please concentrate. Join your palms and please concentrate. Abhivadana selisse nichang vata pachainu Chattaro dhamma vadanti Ayuvangno sukhang malang Ayurarogya sampatti Sagga sampatti me vache Ato nimmane sampatti Iminati samijyato. Everyone, please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone. Take rest. May you all be well and happy and peaceful. And see you again with smiles in the next week. Sukhi hotu. Good night. Right. Okay. Good night, Mr. Elliot. Good night.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you.
Night. Good night, Kai. Have a nice time in Sri Lanka.
Yes, yes.
Good night. Good night to the whole family. Right. Good night, Mr. Bas.
Good night, Banjay.
Good night. Good night, Ram Bhaiya, then Didi and everybody.
Good night, Bhante.
Good night. And Mrs. Liz, good night. Right. Good night, Mrs. Rita and Mr. Howard. Right. Right. Good night to everyone.